Oh, oui, Pierre Gasly, oui. Ay. Does that remind you of Carlos Sainz? Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I have for you Checkered Flag on a Girl Talks Formula One. The episode starts with Pierre Gasly working out. I mean, he has the hottest body from all of the Formula One drivers. Am I right, ladies and men? What do you think about Pierre Gasly's body? That was so venal, but I just had to put it out there, my friends. I just had to. So this is finally the season finale of Netflix Drive to Survive Season 2. This last episode is called Checkered Flag. And I'm going to be talking to you about none other than Pierre Gasly going back to Toro Rosso. He feels this was a major setback and a downgrade on his career. Most of the episode revolves around Alex Albon being upgraded to Red Bull on his first year of his career. Of course, the right thing to do was to pick somebody from the Juniors League from Red Bull, which was Alexander Albon, who used to be in Toro Rosso. And Pierre Gasly, with not even finishing the season, got back downgraded to Toro Rosso. Or at least that's how he sees it. That's not the case with Franz Tost, his former team principal. Again, team principal. He is so happy having Pierre back in the team, and he thinks that he can achieve great things with Toro Rosso. This, of course, doesn't mean that he can never go back to Red Bull or that he cannot move to a top-tier team. You know how there's lots of talks that in 2022 he might go to Alpine? I don't know. Let's just leave it out there. What do you think? Alex Albon is so happy in Red Bull, and he can barely believe it. Like, legit, he can barely believe it. Every single episode he's interviewed, and when they ask him about Red Bull, he says that this opportunity could be taken away from his hands anytime. Did he manifest that? Because he used to say it like a lot. Anyway, we all know the story. He's not in Red Bull anymore. He's not even in Formula One anymore. But that's not the story here. Just guys, be careful what you manifest or which words come out of your mouth, because they can get to you. On the other hand, Pierre Gasly tells us about mental strength. But he also adds, I'm the kind of guy that if I get knocked, I just go back and knock harder. So you see the difference of mentalities. And to be honest, then again, going forward, Pierre Gasly did amazingly with AlphaTauri in 2020. He's slowly but surely starting to grow so much. He got his first victory in 2020. And speaking of, he got his first podium ever in Brazil 2019. Finishing in second place, yes, my friends, beating none other than the king, Lewis Hamilton. That race was kind of feisty because Pierre and Alex were competing against each other, you know, because one took the place of the other. So naturally, you don't even care about competing with your teammate. You care about competing with the person that stole your seat. So Pierre started driving really fast. Alex started driving really fast. Duh. Tell me something I don't know. I know. Let me tell you something you might not know. So it was actually Max Verstappen, Alex Albon in second, and Pierre Gasly in third. Really tight. But then, well, it was actually Lewis Hamilton's fault, which something very interesting happened afterwards. Lewis Hamilton tried to overtake other drivers, and he did. He overtook Pierre Gasly and Alex Albon, which he ended up kind of crashing against Alex Albon. This drove Albon out of the race for a while, and from being in second place to achieve his first podium ever in the Formula One, he unfortunately did not. This gave Pierre the opportunity to be in second position. Lewis Hamilton was so aggressively against him because, well, he does not know how to lose, which is a good thing in a way. But thankfully, I mean, I love Lewis Hamilton, but it's nice and refreshing to see other people win, especially new drivers. So Pierre Gasly ended up achieving his first podium in second place. Even Max Verstappen was excited about this. The first thing he did when he saw Pierre was go congratulate him and give him a hug. And he started saying such nice words to Netflix about Pierre Gasly's win, you know, second place win. And that, my friends, is the reason why I cried in this episode. I mentioned it on my previous episode that I had actually cried in the season finale, and this was why. But going back to Lewis Hamilton, so he did end up in third place. He did not look happy, and he could get a penalty. Oh, I wanted to flip my hair and the braid was like stuck. But shall we go to Spain? Where are all my Latino people at? Yes, we are going to start talking about another great, accomplished driver that is growing every day. Carlos Sainz. I did try to make the Spanish accent with Sainz, whatever. So he started in the bottom of the grid, 20th place. P20. He does not take no for an answer either, and he, as calm as he seems and mature as he is competitive AF. So he wanted, obviously, to overtake everybody, especially since Zach Brown is so happy to have him on the team. He thinks he's super fast, super mature, and he's doing great to McLaren. So he didn't want to disappoint his team. And then I love it how Zach Brown and Carlos Sainz joke a little bit with each other. Zach started saying, oh yes, I can't work out because I hurt my back working out, so I can't go to the gym anymore. But then Carlos Sainz comes inside the room and he's like, one day I'm going to be as fit as you. And Carlos is like, okay. I mean, yeah, the McLaren environment is just amazing. Everybody is so familiar with each other. Like, everybody's like a family. They're all so sweet. And so they have high expectations on Carlos Sainz. He is now the first driver, and he started in P20 after poor qualifications. But that did not stop Carlos Sainz. He overtook literally every single driver on track except for the first 3 places. But Lewis Hamilton was an inspection of a penalty. This could give Carlos Sainz his first podium ever. In the weirdest way possible, I agree, but his first podium ever. He even said, I'm at such an awkward moment of my career. I mean, imagine if they did give him that podium. It would be an uncelebrated podium, but then again, he's a Latino and Latinos always party. So after a long time of waiting, they finally come with the verdict. Carlos Sainz became P3. This was major excitement for him, and of course it didn't happen in the way he wanted it to, in the expected way, but he was still P3. It was still his podium, and he had to celebrate. So he grabbed some champagne, he went to the podium alone with his team, and they all started celebrating. That was the second time I cried in the episode, and I want to start crying again, but no, because I will ruin my makeup. I'll just take a minute. Sorry guys, he's my favorite driver, but because he's just so persistent and he just fights for what he wants and he's so dedicated. So for me, this was so emotional. His first podium ever, celebrating with his team. Like, he wasn't like, oh yeah, whatever. No, he actually went to celebrate. And the same thing happened with Pierre Gasly. You can tell how much each other's teams love them so much, because when Pierre won second place, oh my gosh, it was as if he had won world champion. His whole team started hugging him and celebrating, and just like the crowd started going like, Gasly, Gasly. It was so emotional. Even Max Verstappen, that had won first place, was so happy for him. So really, the Formula One can be full of emotions, and it depends on the drivers, the kind of affection that other drivers have for them. Because they do say it's a very catty environment, but it can also be a very nice environment, depending on how you decide to see it and take it. So the season ends with a little bit of everybody. Lewis Hamilton celebrating his title with his team, Claire Williams talking about Williams, Christian Horner, Cyril Abiteboul, and all of them. Daniel Ricciardo joking that he was gonna quit, and that please don't put this on the video. I mean, in the series. And then Daniel Kvyat, it was so funny because somebody asked him, I don't remember if it was Lando Norris or somebody else, but they were like, so are you gonna be in the series this season? And he's like, well, Netflix barely paid attention to me, so I don't know. And yeah, that was the only thing they put of him throughout the whole season. But I'm so glad that he's gonna be Alpine's reserve driver. I mean, that was majorly unexpected, but he's still gonna be in the Formula One. So that's pretty nice. Things are gonna get spicy between Kelly, Daniel, and Max, if you ask me. Love triangles are never good. How do you guys think the battle of the midfield is gonna be this season? 2021 is gonna be spicy, especially between the battle of the midfield. I mean, We have so many growing teams. Oh my gosh. The season hasn't even started and I'm already sweating. Can't wait to see it. And thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And tell me down below what kind of topic you would like for me to talk next. See you guys next week on another episode of A Girl Talks Formula One.